Hey guys, it's me Priya. I hope you all are doing great. In today's video, I'm going to tell you guys about mummification, the lost art of embalming body. Ancient Egyptians believed in resurrection of body, life everlasting. The belief was rooted in what they observed each day. The sun fell into western horizon each evening and was reborn next morning in the east. New life sprouted from grains planted the earth, and the moon waxed and waned. As long as order was maintained, everything was highly dependable, and life after death could be achieved, provided certain conditions were met. For example, the body had to be preserved through mummification and had given a properly furnished tomb with everything needed for life afterward. Mummification, the preservation of body, was described in the ancient pyramid text. With the death of Osiris, god of death, the cosmos fell into chaos and tears of the god turned into materials used to mummify his body. These materials included honey, resins, and incense. Before mummification evolved, the corpse was placed in a sleeping fetal position and put into a pit, along with personal items such as clay pots and jewelry. The pit was covered with sand, which absorbed all the water from the body, thus preserving it. Burial pits were eventually lined with mud bricks and roofed over. The deceased were wrapped in animal skins or interred in pottery, basketware, or wooden coffins. Improvements, decay was hastened because body no longer came in contact with the hot sand. To solve this problem, the internal organs of deceased were removed and drying agents were used to mummify the body. The practice of mummification began in Egypt in 2400 BC and continued into Roman period. During the Old Kingdom, it was believed that only pharaohs could attain immortality. Around 2000 BC, attitudes changed. However, everyone could live with afterward as long as the body was mummified. The proper elements were placed in the tomb, but since mummification was expensive, only the wealthy were able to take the advantage of it. All through, mummification was not strict requirement for resurrection into the next world. It was certainly regarded as highly desirable means of attaining it. The prayers in the Book of Dead were intended to help the deceased make a successful transition to afterlife. The art of mummification was perfected in the Third Intermediate period. Around 450 BC, the Greek historian Herodotus documented the process. As much as of brain as it is possible is extracted through the nostrils with an iron hook, and what the hook cannot reach is dissolved with drugs. The flank is slit open and the entire contents of the abdomen are removed. The cavity is then thoroughly cleansed and washed out. It is filled with aromatic substances except for frankincense. The incision is sewn up and the body is placed in a trough covered entirely for 70 days, never longer. When this period is ended, the body is washed and then wrapped from head to feet in linen, which has been cut into straps simmered on underside with gum, which is commonly used by Egyptians in the place of glue. Materials used in mummification process are linen, sawdust, lichen, beeswax, resin, natron, onion, Nile mud, and linen pads. Corpse was then washed, wrapped in linen, and soaked in resins and oils. This gave the skin black appearance resembling pitch. The term mummification comes from Arabia word mummia, which means bitumen, a pitch substance that was first used in the preservation process during the late period. The family of deceased supplied the burial linen, which was made from old bed sheets or used clothing. In the kingdom, it became standard practice to place a mask over the face of a dead. The majority of these were made up of cartonnage, but wood, and in case of royal mummies, silver, gold were also used. The ancient embalmers used very few tools. Once their work was completed, they sometimes left them near or inside the tomb. The basic toolkit included knife to make abdominal incision, hooked bronze rods to extract brain matter, wooden-like substance to remove internal organs, and fennel to pour resins into the cranial cavity through the nose. The Egyptians mummified animals as well as humans, everything from bulls to snakes. Some have been found in large quantities while others are rare. Many species were raised in the temples to be sacrificed to God. Autopsies of cats show that most had their necks broken when they were about 2 years old. Cats were highly valued members of ancient Egyptian household. They destroyed the rats and mice that would otherwise infect the granaries. They assisted in hunting birds and fishing. In 19th century, vast quantities of cat mummies were sent to England to be used as fertilizer. This practice reached its height during 11th and 12th century BCs in Thebes, where the present cities Luxor and Karnak are located. The purpose of mummification was to keep the body intact so it could be transported to a spiritual afterlife. That's all for now. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to hear more from me again, be sure to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon before you go. Thank you.